So here are some of the reference I have, which some color palettes. Maybe we'll do a couple of sketches based on this color palette with the reference which I have over here, and we can discuss about like how can you make in a very like quick amount of time, like let's say 15 to 20 minutes per sketch, right? It's like maybe it's kind of like a speed painting. But what are things you just need to focus on while you're doing the speed painting? So yeah, let's jump into the color sketch again. I'm having the reference on the side. So I'm gonna like approach in a different way this time. For that, before that, I'm gonna like just block out simple stuff, and I try to use the line tool a lot. Sometimes for my thumbnails. Let me just block out entire page. I try to use line tool and go to pixels. And yeah, so it's mostly like a 3 or 4. So why do I use line tool is I'm not using brushes. It kind of also like restrict me with making my choice. So I can just use this tool to, sometimes I just combine with the thicker strokes. It's more graphic. And also I just use this technique where to lead the eye to the specific area, or use this as like a rhythm where I can just make the viewer to look at like certain areas. So I'm just like looking at the reference on the side, but you're gonna use this color palettes, just like abstract mark making. Differ with the weight, and maybe also like differ with the values. Sometimes I use this to like do interiors or even sometimes exteriors. I'm slowly thinking to, yeah, maybe that kind of like a junk over there. Then you can just combine this with the brushes. It's not like that you need to only use this tool. This could be like a good base. Then combine. I'm using marquee tool again. Oops. Oh.
I have a question.
Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, so are you using references on the side or just visual library?
No. It's like I always like rely on the reference. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you first block it out according to reference, then as you flesh it out.
Yeah, it's like I'm just like trying to find a comp or slowly trying to see the forms, and using line tool is like really helps me to like understand even this one, right? It's like we got like some kind of a shape over there that I could fill and make it feel like maybe that kind of like a debris or something like this. And yeah, it's kind of like a quick blocking, then using like this marquee tool and brushes to quickly fill. Like, see, right now I'm getting like a really good shape that which I wouldn't got in like when I'm drawing. So it's kind of like mixing with line tool and this marquee tool. Then you slowly add to think about the foundation. Yeah, this is the maybe the top plane where the light hits. Right, so this is a shadow side, so I'm also thinking about that. So how light affects, so maybe then this might be the bright side of that object, then this is the shadow side. So the basic simple sphere thing, right? Like if we do off like lighting. So right now this scenario is ambient light. So there's no like a harsh light that's coming from. So we'll be getting like this, right? So I'm thinking about the form, how they just affect the shapes based on the reference I'm seeing. What kind of forms do I see? I see like these kind of tires and junk cars and stuff. And I need to make this places like very kind of like end of world kind of vibe, and or maybe the last man standing, kind of like a little brief. So maybe I might just have like a few people maybe like searching for someone, so something like that. That color dynamics in the brushes gives like a lot of variation with colors, very subtle, but it's really nice. So how I think about brushes is always is like give a try and see what are the advantages of using the specific brushes, and you find in which instance can you use that. So yeah, that's why I always have this brush radar panel of that frequent graphic texture. See that I have like tons and tons of brushes, but these four brushes are the ones that I use more, because you understand about those things, because tools also really matters when you're like doing the stuff. And yeah.
Sathish, one thing that like I can tell from your work is that when you lay down your brush strokes,
yeah,
like I mean each of them are laid down, I mean you know exactly why you put that down, right? So is there a way you've learned to approach it like that? Like is that something that you consciously practiced, or is that something?
So right now you're saying like, let's say this I'm painting this area, right?
Yeah.
Let's go a few steps back. So you're saying is like when I'm doing the stroke, are you thinking of any specific forms or any specific idea or something like that?
Yeah, also just the directionality of your brush strokes. Like do you approach it in a certain way?
Oh yeah, it's like I try to approach it in a way where I just leave the first few marks of abstraction. So I don't like be very precise, but at the same time I need to stop here and there to just like, oh yeah, it's too random. It's out of control. So start abstraction, that 20-80 rule, 20% abstraction, 80% or the design with intent. Oh yeah, it's like that specific, maybe that's a back as well as junk of containers or something like that. So, and I just like let my brush do the work for me, right? It's that happy accident sometimes. So even this one, when I laid down my brush, I just did this direction. So that was not intent, but that gave me an idea there where there's a fill light that coming from side. So some kind of a form, so that I could get to see some boxy shapes and like some. So I'm just like trying to analyze what kind of a shape language or am I seeing over here, right? So maybe this is too much chaos, so it's like I don't want to go into this route. Maybe I could see buildings in the back, but I'm also not worrying about that shot for now, because it's like kind of like a very close up. Maybe I'm thinking, what if we have some kind of a character over here, so something like that I'm thinking. So it's very close up, so I'm not like worrying about the distance building or something. Maybe we can also try that, like adding a buildings and stuff in the back. Then let's convert this into camera raw filter. Oops, convert to smart object, then go to camera raw filter. We can just play with if you want to make it temperature a little bit blue. The detail. So yeah,